A grave situation in one Harlan County community. Good evening, I'm Tanner Hesterberg. Part of a hill in Harlan County that is home to a historic cemetery is falling away tonight. Have a look at this picture. It shows major breaks in the road leading through Wix Howard Cemetery in Loyal. And county leaders tell WYMT's Sarah Anderson they're worried all the graves may have to be relocated.
A historic cemetery where many of Harlan County's founding leaders are laid to rest.
It's a cemetery that is visited a lot, particularly Memorial Day weekend. There's a lot of people that come to this cemetery because of the historical significance.
Here's a photo of a small crevice at the Wix Howard Cemetery in Loyal, and here's what Harlan County leaders are dealing with now. Nearly 7 feet of land is caving in this area. Officials say the deep crevices are having their way with the blacktop lying on top of the land.
So my concern is the public safety aspect. I really, it's also very, very scary that the fact that there are people that are buried here that we need to also take care of removing their graves and moving them to a location where they're not going to fall into a river.
Coroner Philip Bianchi is serving as a consult for leaders. He says there are approximately 75 graves in the cemetery, most of which are unmarked.
Of course, if something isn't done rather soon, it's going to continue to slide, and we're going to have these graves probably will be compromised. You know, the integrity of the earth around the lower section of the graves will be compromised, as well as the graves that are uphill.
They say it's a messy process, but moving the graves to another location may be the only option.
It'll be a pretty good process of locating and diagramming each of the graves, and then moving the contents of the graves to another location.
They say maintaining the cemetery's historical significance goes hand in hand with respecting the dead.
It may be that if all of the graves don't have to be relocated, we may look at trying to relocate the graves that have to be moved to another area of the cemetery to maintain the historical significance of it.
Leaders say the most important thing to do is give respect to those who no longer have a voice.
I think as a community, we respect the dead. We respect their, and honor their final resting place, and we want to see that it's done properly,
so that those who came before us may rest in peace. In Harlan County, Sarah Anderson, WYMT Mountain News.
Judge Executive Dan Mosley says he addressed the issue with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who he says are responsible for the cut-through as part of a flood control project. Fixing it could cost $2 to $5 million, which Mosley says the county cannot afford. He says he is working closely with Congressman Hal Rogers to seek federal funding.